Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And for those who are new, welcome. My name is Monica, and today I am going to be sharing a vlog that I have been working on since, well, it's been a few days since I've been reading historical romances. I've read 5 historical romances, 1 Lorraine Heath, 2 Elizabeth Hoyt's, and oh gosh, 1 Eva Devon and 1 Kate Bateman. And this was completely mood reading for me. I went in with just 1. I only picked out 1 actually. I picked out My Darling Rogue, and I literally went from there. I knew I wanted to do it in Elizabeth Hoyt because I had it. So, and I had a My Darling Rogue on my TBR for January, so I thought I'd start there. So, and I had already read Second Dukes the Charm before Jess from Peace Love Books asked me and a bunch of other booktubers to participate in this vlog, because I don't know how many of us she asked, but I know I was one of them, and I'm grateful that she did, because we all want to read more historical romances because, oh my gosh, they're so swoon-worthy. But one of mine was a dark historical romance, which I didn't realize it was going to be as dark as it was, but I had fun with it. So without further ado, let's get into my historical romance vlog, and I hope you enjoy it. So I'm halfway done with once more My Darling Rogue by Lorraine Heath, and that's why I'm updating you on my way home from work, because I've got some stuff I got to do with my family before I get home, and then I am building some bookcases and getting some books put into my new bookcases. They came. So, all right. So, Drake, I understand why he's doing what he's doing with Ophelia, because when we first meet Ophelia, she's really horrible. Like, she is so snobby, and I know this is a retelling of Overboard, which honestly I've loved Overboard since I was a kid, because my mom always loved Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, so I've pretty much seen almost every Goldie Hawn movie there's ever been. I've even seen Laugh-In, I think that's the name of her comedy show, because my parents would go onto YouTube and watch it, because you can go and see like skits of it. Anyway, yeah, so I personally love it, and I personally love Overboard. Now, here's the thing with this. The character. So, Drake is a more sympathetic character right now than Ophelia, but I think we don't know a lot about Ophelia. We just know that there's something bad that has happened to her in her past. We don't know what. Right now, Drake has basically made her his maid to get back at her for being such a horrible human being to him. And he sort of feels bad about it, but he sort of doesn't feel bad about it. And that's where we're at. She has no memory. This is an amnesia trope. I would really like to know more about Ophelia. Her brother doesn't even know that she's missing, which is fairly tragic, that your own family doesn't even care enough about you that they wouldn't even care that you're missing. So that in itself is really hard. Anyway, so right now I am almost home. I have to pick up my family, and we are going to go. We have some stuff to do, and then when I get home, I'm going to finish building these bookcases, and then I'm going to get to work and getting them set up. I am all excited. I have bookcases. You have no idea how excited I am to have bookcases. I will do some B-roll of building these bookcases, and we will get them together. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. Okay, so it's Saturday morning and I am finishing working on getting my shelves put together. Yeah. Despite the big shelf my parents got me in this one, I am not completely, I need to buy another shelf. Anyway, I finished once more my Darling Rogue, and my cats are still not helping. They're helping with the way cats help, I guess. Okay, so once more my Darling Rogue. I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. I thought it was really, really good. I understand why Fee was the way she was. I understood why Drake was the way he was. Both had a lot of trauma in their past, and the way they reacted towards each other was very on brand for the trauma that they had. I feel like her uncle sort of, I should have put this. I feel like her uncle got away with a lot. I mean, he should have just met Nino and Remo Falcone. That's how I feel. Anyone who does that to kids is horrible and deserves a lot of bad things. But I digress, and we're gonna move on. I loved the characterization. I loved the plot. I loved the way the story unfolded. I get the references to Overboard. I think that Lorraine Haith did a really good job with this book. Ophelia was really horrible at the beginning, and it took me a few minutes to warm up to her, but once I was able to warm up to her, I enjoyed her character. I enjoyed her character growth and her development. Same with Drake. I feel like this book is definitely a 5-star. Well, 4.5 stars. I'm taking a 1/2 star off simply because it took me a minute to get over how horrible she was at the beginning. I was like, I'm not sure I'm gonna like this. Because of how horrible her character was at the beginning. And there goes my dogs. There goes my dogs. I feel like something is gonna be coming. UPS guy outside. Okay, anyway, so that's that. I have late Sunday afternoon. I'm starting to get ready for Monday. I am over halfway through Duke of Sin. He is a villain. The Duke is a villain, and his love interest is his maid, and she is trying to she's working against him to stop him from all his treachery and blackmail. He is not a good guy. He is a true villain of the story. But yet she keeps going back because she is trying to get some letters that he has that were her mother's, while helping other people. I mean, there's kidnapping, there's murder in this book committed by the hero, the Duke, from other people, not against the heroine. This guy is not a good guy. I mean, he blackmails the King of England. Again, guy is not a good guy. He is a true villain. I am actually very much enjoying this book right now. It is hovering around a 4.5 star. It's probably more like a 4-star. This is dark. So for a historical, it's dark. Definitely morally gray, enjoying it. I've been doing a lot of housework and stuff, and so I'm not doing b-roll on housework because that's no fun, but I'm still working on getting my bookshelves. I'm still getting my bookshelf taken care of, and my cat's in here, and she's like trying to undo some of the stuff that I'm doing on the bottom shelf because, like you saw, she likes going up on those bookshelves. Anyhow, I think I have figured out what I want to do with this smaller bookshelf. My mom asked for it because she would like to have it, so I probably will end up having to undo everything I did in this bookshelf, which is a little sad because I put all my historicals in there and they're pretty. I mean, here, let me show you. I found my copy of Love Only Once by Johanna Lindsey. This is my favorite Johanna Lindsey book, so I thought I'd show it to you. I don't know if this is a first edition or not. Let me see. It is a first edition. Copyright 1985. This is a first edition. And I love it. So I managed to find this at my used bookstore. So I had this displayed, but I might have to move this small little bookshelf that I've been sitting in front of for a better part of a year because my mom would like to use it to put her fabric in. So, which is fine. I might find another small bookcase for my historical novels. So anyway, that's my update, and I'm going to continue listening to this while making my bed and doing laundry and foiling my cat's plans for bookcase destruction. So I will update you when I have something to update. So I will let you know what I think of Duke of Sin when I am finished. Bye. All right, Rosie, stay off the bookcase. Bye. Hey guys, so don't mind the light. I am not gonna get out my light or anything. I am just updating you. It's halftime. The national championships for Michigan versus Washington. Michigan's winning. Go Blue. I know Jess from Peace Love Books is very much an Ohio State fan. If you've read the Nikki Sloan book, you know there's a rivalry there between Michigan and Ohio State. Anyway, but I have an update to you since yesterday for the Duke of Sin. I finished it last night, but I had to get up early this morning to go to work, and I loved it. I'm giving it 4.5 stars. Val is very much an anti-hero. He's a kidnapper. He's a murderer. He's a blackmailer. And Bridget meets him intellectually and deviously, match for match. But she works against him in more of a moral high road, in the way of a moral high road. I'm tired, so my talking isn't the best right now. She gives as good as he got. Like when she helped, I'm gonna probably butcher her name, Hippolytia, I think. I really am just terrible with her name. Miss Royal. I loved it when she helped her escape from Val, and I was rooting for her and to do that. And I love the fact that Val didn't actually go after Miss Royal, that he went after Bridget instead. That was very telling, and the ending was definitely kind of shocking. This is a dark historical romance, so there's a threat of the R word in this book, and a threat of unaliving in this book. I don't want to get YouTube all up in arms with these words. I feel like because there's a secret society aspect to this, where Val's dad wanted him to do certain things to his sister, as well as and then another person wanted him to. It was just a whole thing. I'm not going to give it away, okay? You need to read this book. If you haven't read this book, he is truly an anti-hero. And this is a historical romance with a true hero. And I loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars. And honestly, I think it's been 24 hours and I might be upping my rating to 5 stars because it was that good. And then I found out that there's that Miss Royal, because I can't say her, for some reason I cannot pronounce it. Her first name, it's like Hippolyta, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She gets her own book. It's a novella. It's called Once Upon a Moonlit Night. And I decided to read that right after. I wasn't planning on reading that book. I just saw that she was gonna get that book, and I was like, oh, I gotta know what happens. Like, I wanted to know what happened to her. So I picked it up, and come to find out that because we knew that she got away. But I wanted to know how and what happened to her. Well, she did get away, and she was picked up by a coach coming, and it was this newly minted earl who was an impoverished earl, but he was an academic, who kind of an adventure academic. He was a map maker, and he had just come back from India, and he was coming down to London. This newly minted earl just found out that the earldom is broke and it's indebted. Well, he didn't even know that she was who she was. And he wasn't very nice to her, but he helped her out. And there was bantering, and he was really he was a dick to her, honestly. But she gave it as good as he gave it back to her. And yeah, it was short. It was a complete book, a complete romance. I enjoyed it. I did not enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Duke of Sin. So that's why I'm probably going to end up changing my rating, Duke of Sin, from 4.5 to 5 stars, because I really enjoyed this one. I want to give it 4.5 stars, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I loved Duke of Sin. I feel like that one was just better. Okay, this one, I loved her backstory. I loved to find out what Val had on her, because we find out what Val had on her to blackmail her into trying to get her to marry him, which was really kind of a fun thing to find out. And why it ultimately did not matter to Matthew, who was the hero in her story. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. And then while I was doing all this stuff and I was just going through things, I saw that Eva Devon has this series that she is self-publishing. It's called the Once Upon a Wallflower series. And I saw this one. It's called The Duke and the Dressmaker. It's book 2. It's Miss Lily Martin and a ship captain named James Blakefield, and he's a new duke, or maybe, and he's headed to London. And she knows about the underbelly of London society, and I was really intrigued by that. And it was it's a very quick audiobook that I was able to pick up for cheap because it was on sale. I got it for very cheap during a sale. So I decided to go ahead, and it's only a couple of hours because I listened to it pretty fast. So I decided to start that audiobook. I am not very far in because I had to film a video for the Connor Crayus video, which you'll see on Wednesday. And then the Michigan game started. But I also decided to start this Kate Bateman novella, The Desert Island Duke. It's the Ruthless Rivals series. It's in the Ruthless Rivals series. I got it for Christmas from my sister. Well, she gave me a credit card. she gave me a gift card and told me to have at it. So yeah, I picked it up, and it's what? It's 120 pages. So I was like, and this one and the Eva Devon is where I'm gonna end my vlog. So once I get these two done, I will let you know, and I'll let you know who wins the game, whether it's Washington or Michigan. So yeah, that is my update, and I probably won't do any more B-roll. I'll probably just when I'm done with these books, I will come in and I will close out this vlog, and I will let you know who won the game and how I felt about both of these books. I'm sorry if this vlog has been a little chaotic. It's been a fairly chaotic few days. But yeah, I'll update you when I'm done with these two books. All right, bye. Oh, the game's back on. I gotta go. Hey guys, I wanted to quickly update you on the Eva Devon book. I am loving this. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to update you. So Michigan won their game last night. This happened. I was watching it while laying on my dog. She likes it when you lay on top of her. So yeah, that was kind of a fun thing. But so I am at the post office. Have to mail using the old Ella Kennedy box from the off campus. Gotta get this mailed. The Eva Devon, the Duke and the Dressmaker. I am really enjoying this. The characters. Lily is the granddaughter of an old duke. The duke's daughter ran off with, like, I think a French artist or something, and her parents died. Lily is the product of the duke's daughter, and Lily's parents died. When she went to the old duke, he turned her away because the old duke cut off his daughter and therefore cut off his granddaughter and refused to help her. And she ended up in like the East End of London and started working as a seamstress and a dressmaker and a dress designer. And she was taking care of this girl, and the new duke came looking for her friend or her sister. I don't think the sister's a blood relation. This is a shorter book, so things are going pretty quickly. The new duke is an American ship captain, and they're not blood relation, I don't think. If it is, it's really distant, because the duke didn't have a direct heir, so you know how those things go. Neither of them are part of the aristocracy, so they don't have the mentality of the aristocracy. However, when Lily is forced to leave her job, she goes to the new duke, and the butler was like, "You're not allowed in here. The old duke told you you're not allowed in here." And she's like, "Well, the new duke told me I was able to come with her sister." And yeah, and it's the new duke and Lily's romance. And I didn't know Eva Devon was writing this independently until someone was talking about it, and then I saw that this had really good ratings on Goodreads, so I decided to pick up the audiobook on an Audible sale, on the Audible sale, and I had it like shoved way down in my Audible library. So anyway, the rain has tapered off. I'm gonna go and get my package mailed to the person. You'll know who you are when you see the nope, because this is not Ella Kennedy's All Campus series, but you'll know who it is. Then I am going to go to the grocery store to get the stuff to make chicken pot pie for dinner. And hey guys, okay, so I am here to close out this vlog and to talk about the Duke and the Dressmaker by Eva Devon, as well as Desert Island Duke by Kate Bateman. Okay, so I don't really remember what I said about the Duke and the Dressmaker to you guys, because I haven't really started editing anything yet. But okay, so the Duke and the Dressmaker. It is actually a fairly quick read. It felt very authentic, the way she wrote the characters, that they were very interesting. What they went through was very realistic. It wasn't highbrow. Like the Duke and Lily did not feel like they fit in the aristocracy. They didn't for that time period. Both had major grief that happened in their backstory from their parents, and they both chose to, well, I guess I could say they both chose to work on it or let it affect them differently. I felt like she should have groveled just a hair more than what she did. But I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was a really good, solid read from Eva Devon. I feel like this one you should pick up. This is definitely different from any Regency romance I've read in a long time. Because they were very different from the people of the aristocracy. They were judged by it. There was blackmail in it. I didn't realize that they were going to be blackmailed. There's like a common theme. There is betrayal, there was blackmail, there was amnesia, because the next one, the Desert Island Duke, they get the hero and the heroine, Caro and Max, get stuck on a desert island, and Max ends up with amnesia, and Caro convinces him that he's like the groomer and the valet. Just think about Once More My Darling Rogue from Overboard, the movie Overboard. So I feel like I started with an amnesia romance and I ended with an amnesia romance. I didn't mean to do it that way. It just sort of happened that way. But this one was like very, it wasn't, they had a backstory. It was definitely I want to say, is it kind of a weak enemies to lovers, but it was there. After the shipwreck, they had to work together, and they ended up falling in love and everything, and yeah. And there's a little twist at the end, and of course they have to have their AGAs, and they have their AGA. It was a fun time. I also gave that one 4 stars. So I feel like this has been a very successful vlog. Once More, so if you look at my rating, I did Once More My Darling Rogue was 4.5 stars. I originally gave Duke of Sin 4.5 stars, but I'm still thinking about that book because it was dark, and that ending with what happened with the heroine and the choice the hero had to make, Val had to make, and I was like, I upped it to 5 stars, and it's a favorite. So I gave that one 5 stars because I went right into Once Upon a Moonlit Night by Elizabeth Hoyt. I gave that one 4.5 stars because it was really good, but it wasn't as good as Duke of Sin. That's why I had to up it to 5 stars. And then I gave The Duke and the Dressmaker 4 stars. That was really good, and it was a really solid read. And then the Desert Island Duke, I gave 4 stars. That was also really good. It was a fun time, and it was just fantastic. So I feel like any of these, anybody could read, and they would have a good time. For Duke of Sin, though, you really probably should check if there's a trigger warning. So I guess mine was definitely more angsty than I originally intended it to be. Like I said, I would just mood read. The only one I planned on was Once More My Darling Rogue. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm sorry if it was chaotic with all the book stuff, specifically with my cats trying to help me get my bookshelf together. It's still not completely, it is completely together how I have it right now. For now, I still need another bookcase. Actually, if you talk to my family, they probably told me I need to sell more books. But I say I just need another bookcase. But they tell me I just need to buy more. I need to sell more books and not buy more books. I say I need another bookcase and buy more books, but to each their own, I guess. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed my historical romance vlog. Let me know if you've read any of these down below, and if so, did you like them? Are you interested in reading any of them? Let me know your thoughts. And if you made this part in this video and you want to let me know you've been here, but you don't want to comment on anything, please leave me a palm tree emoji, since the last book I read took place on a deserted island. And until next time, my friends, happy reading. Bye.